Are you ready to paint? I'm ready to paint. We're going to paint live today. We're starting a new series. Hi to my live chat. Hello to my live that are at home, and hello to replay crew. So we're starting a new series here on Inspired Canvas, and that will be that we'll go live once a week and teach a beginner painting, which usually takes under an hour, like right at an hour. But yes, Nikki, you're off the naughty street or naughty step street. Naughty step. This is just a little running joke. She put me on the naughty step because I had a bad typo the other day. Anyway, are you guys ready to do this? Give me a one in chat if you guys are ready to do this. Now, I'm going to go over a few supplies that you need, okay? You're going to need a few paintbrushes. You're going to need a little bit bigger paintbrush. You're going to need a liner brush, like this. You're going to need, oh, I dropped it, a scrubber brush. So the difference is you need a bigger brush because we're going to paint the whole background. You need the scrubber brush because we're going to be like jabbing in some trees, all right? And what I want to paint today is a ginormous blue supermoon. It's going to be bigger than it would in real life because it's a painting. And I wanted to make this a little fairy tale like. All right. But with that being said, it's going to be at night and we only need a couple colors. All right. Now you don't have to have these exact colors. You can use any color you want. But what I am going to use are two colors that go well together, blue and purple. Because in order to get purple, you need blue. Blue and red makes purple. So you guys, my colors are ultramarine blue and dioxine purple, okay? Only two colors we're going to use, and black and white, which aren't colors, they're hues, right? You'll also need a canvas. Let's show you the canvas. You'll need a canvas. Now, I'm choosing a little 8x10. One of my favorite things in the world is this water cup because it comes apart. So I've got another one, and it comes apart for easy cleaning. It's got little places to put brushes in the side and a little water container. And the other thing you're going to need is a palette somewhere that you can put your paint on and draw your paintbrush in or mix your paints on. I'm just using this. You could use a lid, you can use a paper plate, you can use whatever your heart desires. So, are you guys ready? I see some ones. Smudger got, what, 5 ones? Nikki got a 1. Smudger says, I got the time wrong. This is what I mean about the naughty step. Oh, too funny. Nikki K, I want to say thank you humbly for the order as well as the snooper chat. I ordered extra canvases and I ordered the sealer that because I triple seal my paintings. So I ordered that as well. All right, are you guys ready to get into this? Let's go ahead and get started together. All right, so we've got my painting screen on. Are you ready? Let's get right into it. What we're going to do is we're just going to take our dry canvas and I'm just sketching out maybe some little like mountains or hills in the background. Hey, Zozo. Oh, I am. I dressed blue today. You're right, Zozo, just so that I would match the painting. That's how big I want our moon, in theory. I know it's huge, but I really do like that idea. So that's our idea right there. Now what I've got is I have liquid white for acrylics. You make this. You basically take your white and you add water and stir it and mix it until it's the consistency of white Elmer's glue. And that way, whether you're using a heavy-bodied acrylic or maybe you're using just a basic white, you know what white Elmer's glue looks like basically, I'm sure. Hey, Nanette. How you doing, lovely? Welcome aboard, welcome aboard. So I'm just wetting about, I'd say, 2/3 of the canvas. Now, if the music is too loud, let me know, and I'll turn it down. Maybe I'll turn it down just a littlest bit when we get a few moments. We're going with the blue. Now, anytime we start painting, it's not going to look right off the first one and done. We're going to have to go back over it with everything. And sometimes we want to let it dry in between. Other times we can just continue to do more layers. And in this painting, we're going to go from a blue into a purple. So we're painting the sky right now. And I want it really blue. I want it solid because this is going to be more at dusk or evening, very late evening. You know, when the moon is at its beautiful peak. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, we had a beautiful moon last night. And my son and I, Quentin and I, we went and looked at the moon in the car. And there was a deer standing in the field just looking at us. And I was like, wow. It was so pretty. Then we left there and we went to pick up my other son from work. And we stopped to look at the moon while we were waiting on him to get done with work. And there was another deer. And I was like, deja vu. That was wild. It was so pretty. It was awesome. So I'm just going over with the blue. Nanette, you're doing great. It's weird. I still can't chat in Mama D's crime channel, but I can hear. I do not understand that, Nanette. Unless you have a different alias, you're not on any list that blocks you off our channel. I have no idea, hon. I'm just adding more blue as I go. And that way it gets dark, stays dark instead of light. That is strange. Well, I'm so glad that you're able to come over here and chat with us. I will go through the list one more time for you and just check. I added a littlest bit of purple. What are they barking at? I added the littlest bit of purple. And so we're going to start working into the purple. Now, this brush is called a mop brush. And it is amazing to just do like you're stirring like, you know, hot cocoa or beaten eggs, right? And you do this circular motion and it just blends naturally for you. You've checked everything? Well, I'm so sorry, Nanette. I know that none of us intentionally blocked you. I went through all 3,000 people. We've had our channel over there for 6 years. And I just had to adjust the lighting a little bit so you can see it's purple. Anyway, and your name did not appear in the list that I could see anywhere. I wish they had, like, I could type it in and it would pop up if it's on there, but they don't. You have to manually scroll through every name. I don't think it's 3,000, probably 300 though. All right, we've got our purple and our blue. I want to really darken up the purple. So all we're using for colors is blue and purple today. Right, Nikki. YouTube shouldn't stop you from chatting on the channel. Yeah, I don't think they would. I think there's a glitch or something. Now we're going to paint the bottom part, so I lifted it up out of the easel. I'm just painting that liquid white on that I made. so that it all blends really easy. Oh, of course, I'm happy to check into it, Nanette. I don't want anybody blocked that shouldn't be. So now we want to work the reverse. So we're going to go from the purple into the blue. So we'll start off with a mixture of the blue and the purple. We'll blend that upward. And then we'll work our way back into the blue as we work our way down our canvas. It should be how about that? Now we'll just touch up the edges. We covered that canvas in about like 2 minutes. Yeah, I don't know what's going on then, Nanette. We'll have to figure it out though. All right, you guys. So we've got our canvas covered. You love these colors, so relaxing and peaceful. I thought so too. I think we'll add our horizon. Now, where do we want it? How about here? Yeah. Just get an idea of where we want it. Guys, I ordered a little art easel. Me and my son did last night. We were looking at them, and I wanted to have a little easel that displayed finished artwork. So we went on Amazon about, I don't know, 7 or 8 o'clock at night. Didn't really expect it to be here for a few days or whatever. My son just checked the mail, and it was already in the mail. I already have it. In less than, it'd be like 20 hours. It's just like, how is that possible? Jan Funk in the house. Hey, Jan. Good to see you. But yeah, that easel came that quick. Forgive me. We just want to feather it out. So any shape you want. It could be hill, it could be a mountain, it doesn't matter. All the new brushes work good. Very good. Thank you for asking. All right, so what I'm trying to do here, which it's so wet, it may have to dry a little bit before we mess with this too much. But I want to do a reflection of the hillside there, of the land. Oh my gosh, you ordered something that came the same evening? That's wild. I don't think that's ever happened to me. But yet, if it's something I desperately want, that won't come for a month and a half, right? So when we're doing a reflection, we really don't want it to be an exact hard edge reflection because water moves. So we want a smudgy view in the reflection. I'm going to lighten these up in just a few places. So I added a little bit of white to that purple, because once we put that moon in the sky, it would probably shine on the little hillsides in the background. I hope everybody's having a good day. I probably should be leaving this alone while it dries. I feel like it should be a little bit more like several hills. There we go. Is everybody staying cool? I woke up to a severe thunderstorm. We're supposed to get some later today. All good there? Oh, my day is going great because I get to paint with you guys. I'm just futzing around. Just putzing around. Painting's fun. Thank you, Nikki. I love the colors too. Blue and purple. All right. Let's see, where do we want our moon? I feel like in the center, maybe a little higher. Oops. Hold on a second, you guys. I gotta try to do this. Around our mason jar lid. That's how you get a perfect circle. I'm not here to recreate the wheel. I'm just here to duplicate the wheel. Now let's just start painting. Now, one thing I want to tell you. After you make a stroke, you want to go feather it out, meaning I'm not painting more strokes. I'm not leaving a hard edge when I make the stroke. So as you can see, I make my first brush stroke, and then I come back and I start removing that hard edge by brushing it out. And it doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to go back over it again. But you want to try to clean up any brush strokes you can. Now on this, I'm using a smaller brush that comes to a chiseled edge so that I can cut an edge with the paint. 91 by next Thursday? Dang, Nikki. So you're just going to keep diligently working. There you go. All the way around. There's no reason to hurry. Take your time. Try to brush out your strokes. Oh, there's so many different brushes, and it matters what one you use. No, I want a crisp edge. So that's why I use this brush. Once you get the outside done, then you can kind of just start brushing the inside with a light whispery touch. And going with the flow of the direction of the shape, which is the circle. Now it doesn't have to, be perfect. We're going to let it dry, and then we're going to come up and give it a second coat, but we're also going to put shadows. So we just need our first coat on there. And it dries pretty quick with acrylics. It depends on your environment, but I have a very dry house. I'm just giving myself a gentle reminder where the mountains actually stop so that I can see the reflection. Now, the reason I lay my hand down there is in case the paint is still tacky, it won't get on the hand that I press against the canvas and I transfer my own paint. Somewhere on the painting, I don't want it to be. I'm going to watch replay going to see what's going on in the park for Canada Day. Oh. Now, this may be something you want to add or you don't want to add. I want it. I want a halo of glowing light around my moon. A good day, Jan. So the way I'm doing it is I'm using what's called a scrubber brush. And I'm getting very little bit of paint of the white. Not enough to make a hard line, but enough that I can scrub it in. And I'm getting that almost like iridescent glow of the moon. And like I said, maybe you don't want that. I'm going to go back and paint the moon after I do this and give it a second coat. I'll add a couple shadows. Well, it depends on how fast acrylics dry is completely different for every person. Because if we're out in the wind, it's almost instantaneous. Or if it's very hot, it can be instantaneous, like seconds. However, if you're in a humid environment, well, it could take half hour. Now, I always mist my paints throughout my paintings. I'll give them a good misting, usually 3-4 little squirts of a mist, and it's just a mist. And that'll keep my acrylic paints on my palette wet for a very long time. But my moon is already dry, and that's why I can, and my sky, so I can scrub it. Oh, thank you, Nikki. Love it. We're just building the glow. And the moon doesn't always have this glow, and you can choose to leave it off if you don't want to put glow on yours. So says, how has Mama D created that in just 25 minutes? We're going to have a painting probably maybe an hour total. So we're half done, believe it or not. Yeah, no, it would definitely dry quick. Usually it does. I don't have any extra on my brush. I'm just scrubbing it out, because the more you scrub, the softer the edges get. But I still want it to look like a halo. Painting is one of the most enjoyable things for me. It's like therapy. I don't know, Nikki, maybe you need to get yourself some paints for these beginner classes and see. It may surprise you. You might all of a sudden be like, wow, I can paint. Most people just don't know that they have art skills till they try. Except for walls. Nanette. All right. Getting there. It's starting to feel like a very nice glow. Yeah, I like that. Let's add a couple little light places on the tops of the mountains, because the moonlight would be landing on just little places over here. And anytime you get a hard line that you paint and you don't like it, you can also do like I do. A lot of artists do that. We will wipe our finger across there, and it still leaves the paint, but it blends it, it softens it. I'm reminding myself where the land stops. Nikki, your friend used to do your art. It's wild. So peaceful. That's what I wanted, was a peaceful place where we get this giant moon. And if we're gonna have a moon over water, we're gonna have to put some reflections in the water soon. Now, I'm not using a hard purple, a dark purple. I'm actually using a very light purple to go over just certain areas. Kind of gives it that far off, misty look. When I was in school, I wouldn't do my homework and my art projects until it was like they were due the next day, and I would just do them all at once. I'd have like 5 art projects due before the end of the semester, and I'd have like 2 days to get them done left before I'd start. But I always aced it, so I didn't care. You had more paint on you and in the apron. Nikki just got back on the naughty step. Zoe put her on the naughty step for having people, friends, do her work for her in school. Nikki just got off the naughty step, though. You guys are so funny. I'm definitely wanting that blurred up, so probably aren't even going to see much of what we're doing here, so I don't even know. We'll put it there just in case some of it shows, but most likely you're not even going to see any of this. It's too hot on the naughty step, said Nikki. And it is too hot. Nikki, you don't got to be on the naughty step. It's too hot for the naughty step. Now we're going to bring that upward. So we're not painting down the mountain, we're painting up the mountain. And that allows it to blend and bring that shadow up. You made an angel Christmas tree at 4 years old, and it was on your tree in your 30s. That's cute. I still have some of the kids did their artwork. I still have it on my tree in there in their 20s. All right, let's do this moon again. Now I've switched from my liquid white that I originally did the moon in to my heavy body white, which means it's a much thicker paint. Smudger. Don't make me laugh, I'll get out of line. That's too funny. Smudger says, welcome back to the naughty step, Nikki. I'll pop the kettle on. You guys are funny. Crack me up. Now you see what I mean by one and done? No such thing in painting. We had to come back after it dried. Put another layer on. I'm not going to leave it this white because the moon is not this white. But I wanted to get it white. I left a little shadow there for now. Gotta be brave, y'all. Well, we wait on the moon to dry. Gotta be brave. And that's a huge moon, so it's gonna have a huge reflection. So I'm using a flat chisel brush. And you want to be directly under the moon. I don't know if I am, I'll check it in a minute. And I'm just tapping with the very, very edge of the brush, back and forth and going zigzag. Maybe a little wider, so it's more directly under the moon. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be perfect because water's moving. Now we're going to start spreading it out a little bit more and more and more. Pretty bright in here because it's so close to the moon. Oh, cool, Smudger. Do it. Get paints. I would love for you to paint with me. Like I said, every week I'm going to pick one day to go live. And we'll do little beginner paintings. One together. The wrong way, y'all. Doesn't matter because it's just paint. See, it already dried. Look at that. You can barely see me pulling any of it. So we'll have to go about this a different way. Already dried. Can you believe that? I just truly enjoy painting. Annette's getting her markers and colored pencils. That'd be great. Good therapy, yeah. We're doing little zigzags back and forth. I don't have a lot of paint on my brush, so I'm able to just pull what paint I do have one direction. Now we'll do the other side, pull it out. This is going to create the illusion of water, a reflection. And you don't want a lot on your brush when you do this. Do this sparingly. Just want it to look like the water has little ripples here and there. And keep your lines as straight as you can. And the reason is water is actually pretty flat if you're getting a good reflection. I like that. Maybe add a few out here. Not much. Let's soften that up. Probably aren't going to see much on the sides anyway, because we're going to be painting some trees and stuff on the sides. All right, can't even see that. Hold on. We're going to shadow up the moon a little bit. Meaning, I'm going to take a little bit of my blue and a little bit of my purple. And I mean a little bit. I'm going to make an off-white that has almost a purplish, bluish tinge. And we're going to paint all the craters on the moon. A little bit of a shadow side over here. I'm going to mute for just a minute. Now we have the beautiful craters of the moon. Well, thank you, Smudger. You say absolutely beautiful, Mama. Thank you. Now I'm going back to my white. And instead of painting circles, we're just going to use our scrubber brush to dab it in so that we get that effect that you see on the moon. Nikki says, wow, stunning. Thank you. Just fun, isn't it? I mean, it's not going to be a masterpiece, but it's so fun to paint. And it's a great little learning piece with just 2 colors, blue and purple. And then, of course, we do have white. Now, we don't want to give up all this shadow, so we're just going to hit little places. Kind of here and there. I'll let that dry. We'll give it a little smudging. Thank you, So-So. You say gorgeous, Mama D. Thank you. I'm thinking we'll just add right around the very edge of the moon. I'm going to add a light purple ring. I mean, very, very faint and very little, so that it doesn't look stamped. You know, I hate that when it looks like I took a cookie cutter and stamped it out. So we're going to soften in just the edges. Yeah. Nanette, thank you, thank you. So Mama D is incredibly talented. Just love watching her create. Aw, thank you, lovely. I love inspiring others. That's the main thing. Inspiring others. It's starting to look like the moon. I told you we were going to paint a giant moon. We'll fix this one little corner. I know a lot of people nowadays like to hurry. They like to do everything super, super fast. You take your time with your art. You will find a moment of zen that you can just enjoy it. And see that shadow that we added and then came back with a little bit of white? It gave the moon like a 3D look. Now the fun part. We're switching. I've taken black. I've taken very little black. I've taken the purple we're using and the blue we're using, and I mixed it together. All I did is jab my paintbrush in the black, jab my paintbrush in the blue and the purple, swirled it on my palette, and now I'm using that scrubber brush to tap in some trees. And they don't have to be perfect. You ever looked at a tree? They're perfect, but it's because they're imperfect. So we're starting up here. Kind of wanted to almost go across. Nanette says, Mama D is so incredible. Oh, thank you, lovely. You could watch all day, Nikki. I love doing things that are relaxing once in a while because we're uptight too much. I'm working true crime. Get some heavy cases. And I'm just tapping them all in. Tapping in the trees. Believe it or not, you guys, we've been at this for 50 minutes. Is that unbelievable or what? We're going to carry this tree all the way to the bottom. Ooh, I have a little too much blue. I'll have to come back with A little bit of purple. Now you want it to be really dark at the base, because the closer something is, the darker it appears. Now you see how I've made an idea that ground goes across in front? Maybe that's where we're standing. And you see that blue area? Well, we're going to leave a little bit, just a tiny bit of that blue peeking out. Like that. So maybe that's a place to walk. You see how we left that blue in between on the bottom there? Now we can go back up and just make sure that we hit all the areas we want to be really dark. Because remember, it's night. Now we'll do the other side. Thank you, Sozo. Thank you. He said, so watching Mama D paint is such a relaxing time. Well, thank you. Love that. Don't be afraid to have that tree come out too far or here and there, because trees do their own thing. They do whatever they want. But the idea here is that we are kind of, in a way, framing the moon with the trees. And you can leave little patches of that blue down here, because you can kind of, in your mind, think of maybe that's a place where mist came up, or maybe that's where you can stand. Now I'm going to go back up, fill in a couple places that I feel need a little bit more. Yes, Nana, truly. To get away from darkness, relax with good music and fantastic art. Well, thank you. I'm just touching very lightly with a little bit of purple rather than the blue. So I had blue, black, and purple when I made the trees. But right now I'm just using a littlest bit of purple. I'm flicking up for grass or whatever. Gives a little bit of that highlight. But you don't want to overuse it. You want to keep it dark in this lesson, in this painting. Let's fill this in. It just looked awkward to me, so we'll round it out a little bit. I'm just going along the edges with purple, creating little leaf patterns. What do you think? I think I'm done. Let's put my D and my Z. We've completed it in 56 minutes. Not bad. That's a good beginner picture, don't you think? Thank you, Smudger. Do you guys love it? All right, let's see how it is. Where's the best way to look at it? Hope it doesn't have lines. Sometimes the computer doesn't process the colors so good. It's a lot more purple in real life than it is blue. I mean, there's a lot of blue, but it's purple. You love it? Let me put it back down. Show you one more time. Is it straight? I'm not so good at that part. Hold on, we're going to kill the music. Did you guys enjoy that? Aw, thank you, so. I don't know if mine will look like that. I'll give it a go. I would love for you to email it to me. And if you paint a picture, I will share it on our community tab for everybody if you want me to. If you don't, I won't. But I would love to see it. All right, you guys, 1 hour. We did her. We did it. We did it. All right, my lovelies, thank you so much for tuning in. Zoe and Nick UK and Smudger and Nanette and all my beautiful viewers. You guys, I appreciate you tuning in. I hope you had a fun time. In about a week, we'll do another one. And if you do have something that seems pretty simple that you would like to suggest as a beginner painting, you can email me at rubberducky2005 at yahoo.com. Not Gmail. No. Yahoo.com. You're so welcome. And remember, after the live, you'll be able to go back and replay this and push pause. Do your part and then start it up so that you can do it at your own pace, right? Put a pickup. Oh, you guys are great. Thank you, Zoe, for putting my email in there. All right, my lovelies. I hope you have a wonderful day. Should I show you a sneak peek of the painting I'm going to be showing soon? Now, there are beginner levels, there are medium levels, and then there are those that you have to really, really love painting to do. And so I'm going to go get a painting I just finished all by my lonesome, but I recorded it and I will be sharing it with you, but it will be on a time lapse because it took me 6.5 hours to paint it. But since you guys are still here, I'll give you a sneak peek. So just a jet. Let me go grab it. I'm telling you, this was a 6.5 hour painting, darling. A 6.5 hours. Ready? Ta-da! Can you see it? Am I holding it straight? Look up close. That was a lot of work. Okay, so we start off with learning a little bit and we work our way up to where we start feeling more and more confident. And then you can dig in and do your own art. I figured we painted a lighthouse. I needed to have the ship, right? So this will be, wow, that is unbelievable. Well, thank you, Zoe. Nanette says, well, impressed. The painting is gorgeous. Thank you. Well, that is amazing. Thank you, Nikki. All right, you guys. I'm looking forward to being able to watch this get painted. It will be in a time lapse of 1 hour because otherwise you would be here 6.5 hours. All right, my lovelies. Thank you again for joining me, and I hope that I have inspired you. Let's see, where's a clean brush? I don't want to grab one full of paint and sling it at my computer. Hope I have inspired you to pick up that brush and join me, because even if it comes out looking completely different, it's still the way it should be, because until you paint it, it's never been created before. So it's never wrong. It is what it is. So just enjoy it. Have fun with it. That's what I do. I love you guys. Bye, everyone. Love spending this special time with you. Well, thank you, Zoe. Thank you, Nanette. Thank you, everybody. Okay, I gotta go up here and I gotta hit the closing button. I'll see you again very soon. Love you always, to the moon and back.